Louis XIV, the Sun King, cast a long shadow over France. His reign, from 1643 to 1715, was a spectacle of unparalleled grandeur. Versailles, his magnificent palace, became a gilded cage for the French nobility. They danced at court, vying for the king's favor, oblivious to the growing unrest beyond the palace gates. France, under Louis, was a land of extremes. The king lived in extravagant luxury, while his people struggled. This disparity, a chasm between the haves and have-nots, was a seed of discontent, destined to blossom into rebellion. France in the late 18th century was a society on the brink of collapse. Economic woes plagued the nation. Bad harvests led to soaring food prices, causing widespread hunger and desperation. The financial mismanagement of the monarchy had left the state deeply in debt. Attempts at reform were met with resistance from the privileged classes who clung to their exemptions from taxation. The burden fell, as always, on the shoulders of the poor. Theirs was a life of constant struggle, their voices unheard in the corridors of power. The Enlightenment, a philosophical movement that emphasized reason, individual liberty, and the pursuit of knowledge, swept through Europe in the 18th century. France became a hotbed of Enlightenment thought, with thinkers like Voltaire, Rousseau, and Montesquieu challenging traditional notions of authority and social order. Their ideas, disseminated through salons, pamphlets, and books, resonated deeply with a French population yearning for change. The Enlightenment provided a framework for understanding the injustices of the French system and a vocabulary for articulating the desire for a more just and equitable society. Voltaire, a champion of free speech and religious tolerance, exposed the hypocrisy and corruption of the French church and state. His wit and satire undermined the authority of institutions long considered sacrosanct. Rousseau, a passionate advocate for individual liberty and social equality, argued for a government based on the consent of the governed. His concept of the general will, though open to interpretation, provided a powerful justification for popular sovereignty. Montesquieu, in his Spirit of the Laws, advocated for the separation of powers, a system of checks and balances designed to prevent tyranny. These ideas, once confined to intellectual circles, began to permeate French society, inspiring calls for reform and revolution. Section 4. The Storm Breaks. Key events of the French Revolution. The French Revolution, a decade-long period of radical social and political upheaval, began in 1789 with the storming of the Bastille. This infamous prison, a symbol of royal despotism, was attacked by a Parisian mob on July 14, 1789. The storming of the Bastille, a spontaneous act of popular insurrection, marked the beginning of the revolution and a turning point in French history. The monarchy, weakened and indecisive, was unable to quell the uprising. The revolution, once ignited, spread like wildfire, consuming the old order in its flames. The fall of the Bastille emboldened the revolutionaries and unleashed a wave of popular unrest throughout France. Peasant uprisings, fueled by hunger and anger, swept through the countryside. The National Assembly, formed by representatives of the Third Estate, embarked on a radical program of reform. The Declaration of the Rights of Man and of the Citizen, adopted in August 1789, proclaimed the fundamental rights of liberty, equality, and fraternity. This document, inspired by Enlightenment ideals, became a cornerstone of the revolution and a beacon of hope for oppressed people worldwide. However, the revolution was a tumultuous affair, marked by violence, terror, and shifting alliances. The monarchy, initially reluctant to embrace reform, was eventually swept aside by the tide of revolution. Louis XVI and Marie Antoinette were executed in 1793, ending centuries of Bourbon rule. The Reign of Terror, a period of extreme violence and paranoia, consumed many of the revolution's early leaders. Radicals like Robespierre, in the name of virtue and the revolution, unleashed a wave of executions that targeted perceived enemies of the new republic. The revolution, born of hope and idealism, descended into a maelstrom of bloodshed and fear. Section 5. Echoes of Revolution, Lasting Impacts and Significance. The French Revolution, despite its tumultuous course and eventual descent into terror, had a profound and lasting impact on France and the world. It marked the end of an era, sweeping away the old order of absolute monarchy and ushering in a new era of popular sovereignty and democratic ideals. The revolution's legacy is complex, a mix of triumph and tragedy. It stands as a testament to the power of ideas to reshape societies and the enduring human struggle for liberty and equality. The revolution's most enduring legacy is the enshrinement of the rights of man and of the citizen. This document, a cornerstone of modern democracy, proclaimed the fundamental rights of liberty, equality, and fraternity. These principles, though often challenged and imperfectly realized, have served as a beacon of hope for oppressed people worldwide. The French Revolution, in its affirmation of these rights, set a precedent for future revolutions and reforms, inspiring movements for social justice and political change across the globe. The French Revolution also had a profound impact on the political landscape of Europe. The Napoleonic Wars, a series of conflicts sparked by the Revolution and led by Napoleon Bonaparte, spread the ideals of the Revolution across the continent. Though Napoleon ultimately sought to establish his own empire, his conquests helped to dismantle feudalism and spread the principles of liberty and equality. The French Revolution, in its wake, left a transformed Europe, one where the old order of absolute monarchy had been irrevocably shaken. The French Revolution, a defining moment in human history, continues to resonate in the modern world. Its legacy is complex, a tapestry woven from threads of hope, terror, and enduring change. The revolution's ideals of liberty, equality, and fraternity continue to inspire movements for social justice and political reform. Its successes serve as a cautionary tale, a reminder of the fragility of democracy and the dangers of unchecked power. The French Revolution, in its triumphs and tragedies, stands as a testament to the enduring human quest for a more just and equitable world.